Hi everyone, it's Kelly. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. So you know how we've been talking about this, I think like at least several weeks now before Chanel even released the new limited edition set for the summer. One in green and one is in coral. I've always debated which one. I can never decide which one I really want. First, I was thinking the coral would be more, sort of every day, but I don't wear that color every day. And then I thought the green would be nice because it's just something different. But on both sets, there are pros and cons. I think one or two items from the set that I won't use on both sets. And to me, I think that I would really want to invest the money in something that I would use instead of just buying it just because it's limited edition and for the bag. And for the green, I do like it because it's different and I like to wear colors, but I don't really wear that kind of coloring. But I really want to do a inspiring look from the coral set since I've looked at my collection and I feel like I could accomplish that look. So that's what we're doing today. This is the finished look. Do you think that I was successfully made a look that inspired from the set with similar product, not the same product, but this is the look. So let's get into the demonstration of how we got to this look. So before we get started, I'm just gonna prep my lips because it is dry. It's the Laneige Watermelon Pop. Again, this is a regret. Don't like it. Doesn't really do anything. I don't find that my lips is any different using it versus not using it. Since I can't return it, so I might as well use it up. And let's start with our foundation. Again, still the Tower 28, the color 20 Mulholland. There's really not much foundation that I really veer towards because sensitivity, eczema kind of skin, it's very picky and very hard. So this is seems like the only brand that I have tried that works okay for me without breaking or clogging. And then I got some sort of pimple, but it's not even a pimple, it's underneath the epidermis of my skin. So I think it's a skincare that does this, and it seems like the new skincare that I tried that all of a sudden this happens. It's this CEO Glow by Riley Sunday. I started using this and then this popped up, so I don't know. Anyways, let's just do a foundation. Using my Hourglass concealer brush. And then I'm going to go in with another layer of my foundation. So obviously this foundation is a love. So I'm going to continue to use it until, I find a more suitable replacement. If there is. I've tried other products from Tower 28. Don't really like it, especially the Bronzina. I don't know if it's just the shade that I got. It was just really sparkly and like lots of shimmer. I don't like that one. And then what else I tried? I tried the Tower 28 mascara, even though it's not a tubing mascara. It did last, it didn't smudge or anything like that, but it didn't give my lash a fuller, more separated versus some of the other mascara that I have used. So I was surprised it wasn't tubing and it didn't smudge on me because it doesn't matter what mascara. It doesn't matter if it's a high end, low end. I have gone from L'Oreal to CoverGirl to Chanel to Dior, waterproof, non-waterproof, smudges on me. have very oily eyelids, even though if I put concealer, I've set it, everything like that, it still smudges on me. So that includes the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. I've tried in the brown and the black. None of them work. So they are a fail for me. Now we're going to use the Kulfi concealer in Ice Berry. This one, it's a little bit light for me, but it still does work. And I find it very smooth. I find it gives pretty decent coverage, and it gives a brightening effect underneath my eyes. And as you can see, it really does give me that brighten effect. I didn't want to go with another shade higher because this one is, I find that it gives a brightening effect, but if I go up another shade, it might be a little bit dark. So I just sort of stuck with this color. It's very smooth, it's very creamy. I find that it does give pretty good coverage, and it gives me that brightening effect, especially when my skin is lighter in the winter time. I think it would suit a little bit better. Right now I have a little bit of a tan, so it stands out a little bit, but once I start putting, you know, a little bit of blush underneath there, you can't even notice it. So this is still a love for me. I could return it, but I don't want to return it. I actually kind of enjoy using it. So this Kulfi concealer is a definite love. For powder, I'm using the Jane Iredale Pure Press powder in the color Radiant. This was described as a light to medium, but I think that it's more on the light side because on me it's really light. And I'm using my BK113, which I find very soft underneath my eyes. There are some brushes that I have bought recently. It didn't work out. It was still prickly on my skin, but this one is still a love. So what I do is I just put the majority of the powder on top here so you can see how light it is. But again, once you put bronzer and blush on, you can't really tell the difference. So I put the majority of it on my cheeks to set the foundation. And then I'm going to use whatever's left over underneath my eyes and on top of my eyes to set it. But I don't want too much powder underneath that area, but a little bit of coverage underneath that area. I like that. And then I'm going in again, and I'm going to put the majority of it on my cheeks. You can tell the difference between the whiteness, but again, it's okay. Whatever's left underneath my eyes, and then on my eyelid to set the concealer that I put up there. And again, I don't really put anything on here because whenever I go outside, I will be wearing a hat that goes down to here, and my hat is all gunky and dirty with the foundation. So that's why if you see me and you wonder why I don't put anything on there, it's because I tend to go out very frequently, and that has just been a mess. So I'm gonna go in again, just right here where my brown spots are. I just want more coverage on the brown spot. So I go a second layer just there. Now this is a full coverage foundation in a powder form, but I don't use it as that. I like to use it on top of my other SPF products to give it more SPF and more protection. Next up, the other thing that I love is my leopard palette from Hourglass. I bought two palettes, the lighter one and the medium one. This is the medium skin tone. And I find that this medium one is truly, it does fit best for my skin tone. I'm using the bronzer here. And I just put it like that. And I would actually go underneath my cheeks here and onto the bridge of my nose. Because as you know, the sun doesn't just hit you there. And I would just use whatever's left on here onto the rest of my face. So you can see the difference. Just a light layer of the bronzer on this side versus none on that side. And then I would do the same thing. And when I don't go anywhere, I will do bronzer, but again, the hat situation. And then I'm using whatever's left. I'm just gonna put it on my eyes just for cohesiveness sake. See, when I use whatever bronzer's left underneath the eyes, you can't really tell that the color is very different or very off, very white like it used to be. So that's why this palette, the medium one, has been a favorite that I have been using a lot. So this whole sort of vibe today is I want to do a coral kind of look, and I've decided not to buy any of the set because I just feel like the coloring or the products isn't what I'm going to use all fully. And for $200, that's a lot for me to only use 2 products out of $200. I know those colors are limited edition, or you can only buy it when you buy the set. But honestly, upon really thinking about it, I don't even use a lot of corals in my makeup collection or just my looks in general. I don't really gears towards coral kind of look. I gear towards more of pink kind of look. Even though I've read on the internet that Asian looks better in the coral kind of color, it's just not really, I don't feel it. I don't feel happy. I don't feel vibrant in it as I do in the pinks. So anyways, long story short, I have just been looking over what I have in my collection to use what I have in my collection, as opposed to just, you know, always buying something new that I don't really fully love. So I've gone into my collection and what I have and just work from there to see what kind of look I can come up with. Well, let's do the eyes first. What I have in the coral in the eye category is this Chanel Beige palette in the color Warm. As you can see here, the 2 coral shades. So that's what I'm going to be using this palette to create that coral look. So I'm going to use my Tom Ford number 13 as a blender. I'm going to do with this shade first, just to even out my lids. And, you know, have a even out canvas to do our eye look. So I'm going to use the same brush here to blend in on my eyelids color. This is the darker coral shade, and this is a coral shade as well, but it's more of a highlighting kind of shade. So I'm going to go in with this one. That's how much it picks up. This is a very pigmented palette. And it's the only one from the Les Beige line that I have. So I'm going to go in with the second layer just to really enhance and bring out that coral look that you can get using the new set from Chanel. I guess you can put it more if you really want that corally look. So that is the coral look. I will go in one more layer just so we can see what it looks like. But generally, I just stop at 2 layers. But if you want to do more, you can always do more, and it will even bring out the coralness in the shade. Like you can see the difference between this one and this one. I'm going to go in with one more layer just so that we can see the coralness of it all. It really is. It really reminds me of that eyeshadow that's in the Chanel set. Now I'm going to go in with the koi fish from Sonia G, and I am going on the side of a brush. I'm going to go underneath to line the eyes underneath. Until midway. I feel like this side is more corally, so I'm just gonna go in a little bit more on the other side because I just feel like it's not matching. Yeah, now it's matching. So I've cleaned off the brush, and now I'm gonna go in with the other lighter coral shade. And I'm going to put this on the inner corner of my eyes. And then extending it. To underneath the eyes. Doing the same thing with the other side. I'm also going to use this on top here to give it a little bit of definition, but in the corally form. Yeah, like when I'm doing this, I'm sort of envisioning what the set will give me. So this is what I kind of see me getting from the set. But then the set, I would use the Balm Essential on the inside and on top here. It's basically just replacing this lighter shade with the Balm Essential. But this is as coral as I have in my collection. And again, it's not an ugly color, it's just not really my thing. But this is as coral as I have in my collection. But because I don't have that bright pink eyeliner from the set, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this is just an old Anastasia eyebrow brush. I'm going to wet it. And then what I'm going to do is I am going in with this darker coral shade as an eyeliner. I am very inspired to recreate that look from the set without buying the set. And plus that really bright pink eyeliner in the set, I cannot really see myself using that. I mean, if I were going to use that, I'd probably do like some artwork, like draw a heart on my face or something. But again, I'd rather just use a black eyeliner. I think that set is such a collector set, a very editorial kind of set, kind of look to it. But for a regular person like myself, I don't think it's realistic. And here I am. I created an eyeliner. So this is an eyeshadow. I'm making it as an eyeliner. So you know it does take a little bit building up, especially to the color intensity of that bright pink, which I know that I can never achieve with just this kind of eyeshadow, but I will do my best. So I am back with 1 or 2 layers of mascara, and it's sort of turning out quite, you know, nicely inspired look from the set. So the next one is blush. Now the set didn't come with a blush, but it did came with a Balm Essential, which is basically like a glow within kind of wet looking highlighter. I don't have a Balm Essential. Anyways, I am taking out my blush here. It's the Chanel Fleur de Printemps blush. This is, I think, about 2 years ago. It's a coral, like a matte with a little bit of satin look to it. And then this one is clearly the highlighter, but it is both in the coral kind of family. As you can see, it kind of suits here. So what I'm going to do is, because they don't have a blush, they only have the Balm Essential, I will use just the highlighter part here, because we're trying to inspired kind of creating this look from the set if you don't have a set. So I'm going to use this 112 brush. As you can see, the highlighting has been well loved because it's hitting pan. This is like my first product that I have hit pan on. That's how much I love this highlighter. But the blush is still fully there. So I'm gonna use that. Just imagine what this is like, the Balm Essential, that it would give that kind of look, the glassy glow within kind of highlighting look. And I didn't really go that much furthermore build up on the mascara, because this is called the Nature Getaway set, so it's more natural kind of looking set. I'm gonna put it on the bridge of my nose, just whatever's left. I didn't get more. I'm going in some more for the other cheeks here. So it doesn't give, like, you know, a really wet kind of look, but what you can do is, if you really want that wet look, you can always add a layer of Vaseline on top of it. That's really gonna give it that really wet look to the makeup look here. But we're working with what we have. I think my cheeks looks really that wet look with the hint of coral to it, but without the blush. I think that's the best that I can achieve without having the Balm Essential. Indeed, I do have a stick of the Vaseline here, and I want to try it on. You see how this is what the Balm Essential essentially would give, like this very light veil of just shininess but no color, which to me, that's really what it looks like, but it's just lacking a little bit more of that wet look. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and get some Vaseline on my cheeks here, as if we're using the Balm Essential. What you can also do is you can mix a little bit of, scoop a little bit of Vaseline out and scoop a little bit of that highlighting shade into together, and bam, you would have a Balm Essential in that color shade. But let's just try it this way and see how it does. So I'm just going to use my hand. And you'd already know that, Vaseline gives you that glossy look, like you can kind of already see from just the highlighter, but I will add a little bit more of Vaseline on top of it, just so if we can see if we can achieve that look. No, I think just the highlighting does the job itself, really. But the glossy kind of look is kind of in right now, and it makes you look like you have really youthful, supple kind of cheeks. And like I said, if you want to make this kind of do it yourself, scoop a little bit of Vaseline and mix it with whatever color that you want, and bam, you have the color that you're looking for. So that is the look with a little bit of Vaseline added. What do you think? Are we on to something here? Thinking outside of the box. Anyway, so the only thing left in that set is the lipstick, but I don't really have a coral lipstick. But this is the Les Beige Healthy Glow lip balm in the color medium. That's what I have closest to it. It looks like it's a red, but it really isn't. When it goes on to your lips, it's actually pretty sheer. So let's just see. Oh, let me remove the Laneige lip balm first. Okay, so I've removed the Les Beige lip balm, lip sleeping mask. It's totally bare now, so let's just go in. So there we have it. That is our look. So this is the completed look that we have inspired to recreate that look from the set without having to buy that set. I can say that, you know, the lips is not as corally or as orangey. So you can see a little bit of eyeliner just peeking out. The eyeliner in that set is a lot brighter. You can really tell the difference. But I find that this one enhances the look without really being that bright pink that comes with it. Some people love, some people don't. And then the homemade balm essential that we made. Of course, there is a benefit to buying that set and benefit not to buy that set. Benefit to that set is those shades are limited to that set. So it really depends if you like it or not. So let me know if you like this look, if you think we have successfully not duped, but made a similar look to the set. And if you like it, don't like it, let me know. Until the next video, bye everyone.